Guys, welcome to the Merry Boozers RC channel. Tonight we have the unboxing and assembly of the brand new E-flite Ultimate biplane. Super excited for this one. You guys have been seeing me getting my feet wet in 3D again, and I saw this come out and loved the old Ultimate, so I knew I was gonna love this one. So tonight we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna start on the unboxing of this, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get down on the bench and let's start sliding this stuff out. Alright guys, we went on ahead and slid off the dust cover for this, but we're going to start cutting our way in and showing you what you get if you order an Ultimate biplane. Coming out of the box, the wing top half is inside the foam. Slide them off. Oh, and the rudder half is in there also. What I'm going to do is get the box out of the shot, guys, so I can get everything out. And then we'll check out all the parts individually here in just a second. Wing. Instruction manual. I held that up upside down. Oh baby. Loving the colors thus far on this airplane. Bottom wing. Landing gear with wheel fairings. And these are going to be your connection rods, your tail boom rods, and then these are your braces for the wings. So that's everything out of the box, except I missed one thing, the spinner. Spinner. And there's bolts and things inside the spinner. We can start unboxing each individual piece now. Foam finish seems fantastic, guys. This is the bottom wing of the airplane. Vortice generators down the leading edge. The leading edge is taped to give it more strength. Graphics. Twist and turn key to take the wing on and off. And then your servo wires coming up through the wing. The bottom of the wing is very shiny, because this has a plastic sticker covering the entire wing. This actually helps with the rigidity of this airplane, though, to do it this way. I don't know what that was. What I dropped? No. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous fuse, guys. Really like the colors on this one. Absolutely gorgeous. There's that battery bay. Got a handle to walk out to the field with. Top wing. Once again, this one has the stickers on the leading edge. It's kind of a shinier sheen to it, as you can see there. It actually has a sticker that covers from here all the way out. You do have embedded hinges in this airplane. You can see those in there. Ball link clevises. No servos on the top wing because they're driven off of the bottom wing. Vortice generators once again, and the stickers covering. This also has the quick release. It's supposed to make this biplane super easy to take apart at the field. Awesome. Looks great. Get on to the elevators. Here's one elevator half. Yeah, we might as well grab the other one. Oops. There's the other elevator half. Once again, embedded hinges throughout. Don't got to worry about them home hinges breaking off. Spar through the tail will go right in here, as you can see. And it's got that keyed and slotted spot to where that's going to just key together like that. Super clean. Like I said, guys, there's your wheel pants and your metal landing gear. Tiny wheels. This one's going to have a hard time out of the grass unless you change these. And then I guess we'll just get into this little box real quick just to show you. Maybe. These are the wing braces for the outer wing panels. Plastic cladded on the end for your receiving points. Then we have our aileron push rods. I believe this is going to be the elevator push rod. And then you have a carbon spar and a metal spar for the tail, depending on if you're running 4S or if you're running 3S. These little clips right here these goofy looking things are your wing clips to hold your wings on. So we'll be showing you how to put these on momentarily. So that gets everything out of the box. Let's lay it out on the table and give you some up close shots of everything real quick, and then we're going to start on the assembly. Alright guys, let's get the assembly going. First thing I'm going to do is take the prop off. I've got my handy dandy little ladies wrench here. The manual doesn't say you need to do this part, but common sense, you never want to eat a prop. So you're going to have to take it off anyway to put the spinner on. So let's put this airplane together and get it all bound up before we get the prop on. It does come on it out of the box, and it is tight. There we go. We're going to go and slide that off though, just for the time being until we're ready for this step. Alright, on to the next thing. Our next step in the process is going to be putting our wheels on. The kit comes with 4 provided screws. Trying to get that where you can see it. These are more of an aggressive thread, where there is one that is a machine screw. You're going to use the 3 aggressively threaded screws to put this one on. Simple as placing it, fitting it, grabbing our screwdriver. Always use a magnetic screwdriver if possible, guys. Make your lives a little easier. And thread them down in there. I like to get them all started before I torque them all home. On to the next step. Alright guys, your next step is going to be to install your elevator halves. Now I was test fitting it, which I always recommend you do, and I came to find out that my spar did not fit in the hole correctly. So this airplane comes with 2 different spar options. If you're running 3S lipos, you're going to want to run the carbon spar. If you're running 4S lipos, you want to run the metal spar. But my spar only goes in about halfway and then it sticks. And what I'm going to do is I took a 11/16 drill bit, and I'm going to just pass it through here. This is just barely bigger. Because it was almost impossible to get that spar in there. And now it fits and there's hardly any slop. If you need to do this, yours might not be this tight, but I couldn't get mine in there for the life of me. So that's what I did. Now all we got to do is slide our halves on. And look, like that. Fit her in there. And fit it in there. And there's our halves on. Now, the kit does not come with screw together construction here, which I would have liked a screw on both sides to hold it, but what they do give you is this provided clear tape to tape these on. That way, if you want to change tail spars, you can take it off. Like I said, one thing I would have liked to change in this kit, I'd have liked to see a screw there instead. But it's all good. I'm going to put my provided tape on now on all 4 sides, and now it'll be ready to go. All right, guys, there it is. Tail is assembled and on. So, looking good. Pro tip, guys, after you finish installing your elevator, this is the best time to bind your radio to your receiver. This being because if you put the wing on right now, you can't reach the receiver and you'll have to take the wing all back apart. So, we're gonna bind real quick. So we plug in our battery. We push the button. You can see it's blinking now. We hit bind on our transmitter. I'm going to hold the transmitter away from the airplane for a few seconds, off shot. Telemetry, and it's bound. And there it goes. Just quick control throw to check, make sure everything's working. All right, now on to putting the wings on. All right, guys, our next step is going to be installing our lower wing half. In the instructions, it already says to put the control surface horns on. I'm going to wait until I finish putting the airplane together and power the model up the first time so I can make sure everything's centered. But you'll need to take this little plastic covering off of the wires. Grab my handy dandy knife. Be careful not to slice your wires as you're taking this off. There we go. Pop that off. Oh, there's another one on the inside. It's interesting. Let's cut that one too. Once again, just be careful not to cut your servo wires as you're cutting that. There we go. Wing on this airplane is designed very easily to come off and on. So we've got two elevators, or ailerons, excuse me. Just match up your wire colors, yellow to yellow, brown to brown. Snap them in, make sure they're nice and tight. Once again, yellow to yellow, yellow to yellow, snap them in. Now, you do not have to do this, but I'm going to take a little piece of Scotch tape. You guys have seen this stuff a million times before, Scotch tape. And I'm going to take, and just for safety's measures, go around my connections. And this will just keep them from ever pulling apart. Optional step, you do not have to do this. But a little piece of a penny worth of tape could save your airplane. All right. Now we're going to take and we're going to tuck our wires down in this cavity, and we're going to key it in. Make sure all our wires are out of pinch points. Take a few seconds to do this, guys. Make sure there's nothing going to get pinched. Everything sets nice. Key it in, set it down. You get one of these little twisters here. This goes in and twists, and that locks your wing on. And that's all there is to installing the bottom wing. Now we're going to flip it over and do the top. Alright guys, we've turned the airplane over. The wing keys in from the back, sliding forward. So we get it ready, we slide it in. Now it's setting in there right. We're going to take our other little pin, pushes down and turns, and that locks in the top wing. Awesome design on this, super quick. So next we've got to put our outer wing panels on. Let me readjust the camera and we'll be right back. Alright, so our last step on the assembly before we start doing the fine tuning is taking our little wing pieces, slide that in. You get these little keys with the long end sticking up. Make sure everything's good. I don't think I hit everything. And Didn't I missed the back part? Got it. There we go. And then the top piece, you just push it in, make sure it's nice and seated. Key goes in, like so. Wiggle it around till you get that back piece. Just like so. Give it a good tug, make sure everything's on good, and good to go. Now we do the same thing on the other side. Alright guys, our next step is to put our control linkages on for the ailerons. I waited until this time to put them on so I could fire up the airplane. Prop is off currently. Powering on. Let it set for a second. Safe is going to actuate. And now you can see that we're all on. So now we're going to take our control throw horns, and via the book they go on from the innards out. So slide that on. I need to get it to twist in like so. Now this is where we adjust our neutral at. We're gonna look down the end of the plane, and we're gonna make sure that our ailerons are dead center. So you want it to be down. I mean, you want it to be neutral. And I'll cut a shot in for you right now for you to see this, what I'm talking about. But that's all straight. Now we click our ball link in, and that looks good on both. All are straight. So now we come over to the other side. Slide the airplane over a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to clip this in from the innards direction and rotate around just like so. Now we're going to line that up. We want this part to match up flushly as it does. So they got those right on the money out the box. Snap our ball link on. Now we can give it a quick control throw test. Ailerons are working great. So now all that's left is to clip the rudder or the elevator on. So we're going to take our stand. Cruise in stand works great for this little model. Flip her over. Come back here, and now we're going to do the elevator. That's this. It's the one shorter push rod than the other two. Now, for the book, as we got here, I told you I'm setting it up by the book. Let's see, I got to go back a few pages. Now, they told you to put this on a lot earlier in this, but I recommend wait until now when you've got the airplane fired up. So the book says to use the outermost hull. That is talking about the wrong spot though. Lots and lots and lots of throw. So here we go. We're going to slide that a little tight. There we go. It's a tight fit, guys. Flip that around. And now we're going to make sure that our ends match up on both sides to give us a good neutral, as they do. And we're going to clip that in. And now we can test it out. Lots and lots of throw. And now all our control surfaces are hooked up. Next step, make sure your motor is spinning in the correct direction before putting, and I just put my finger on it to feel it. I can feel that it's turning that way. So if the prop was on there and it was spinning that way, it would be cutting the air correctly. All right, guys, let's put the prop on and we'll finish this up. All right, guys, last step. I slid the prop back on. I tightened it up. You know, you don't need to go crazy, guys. I just went, you know, tight, don't break it. That one machine screw that we were talking about earlier that's left in the whole box, that's where this is gonna go. So you take and slide your prop cone over it, just like so. And that machine screw gonna go in the end. Snug, but never too tight. Just like so. Beautiful. Guys, assembly's all done. Super easy as always. These E-flite planes nowadays just go together so simple. A couple screws, no glue involved. The finish of this airplane is fantastic, as I hope you were able to see in this video. I really am excited about this one, and please be looking forward in the next coming days to seeing some flight videos of this airplane. So, without further ado, like, share, and subscribe, and get out and fly with your friends.